most players did theirs in like 13, 14 seconds, whatever. I did mine in 22 seconds. So the coach looked at me and said, goaltender. That's how I became the goalie.
You had 7 siblings, or you were one of 7 siblings?
One of 7, yeah.
One of 7. Now,
I was the youngest one.
I was going to ask, because I wasn't sure if you were the youngest. Was part of you putting on the goalie pads for the first time just a result of your older siblings needing someone to shoot on? Or did you always want to be goalie?
Well, here's a quick story. In those days, we used to play hockey in the streets because the ice remained the whole winter. They didn't have the chemicals then. So you know, I played a little bit forward, a little bit goalie and whatever. So one day I decided I wanted to be a defenseman. Okay. So we had, if you remember, we had outdoor rinks. And then I put the skates on, which we only had one pair of skates in my family, so they were a little bit big. But the players had to go around the ice once, and depending on your speed, then the coach would give you a position on the team. So my turn came, okay? So I stepped on the ice, I skated around the ice, and most players did theirs in like 13, 14 seconds, whatever. I did mine in 22 seconds. So the coach looked at me and said, goaltender, right? That's how I became the goalie.
That's a great story.
Now, think about this. Never played goal with the skates on. So my first game they scored over 20 goals against me. So the coach looked at me and said, out of here, right? But I remember at that time that when I went back and played in the street again with my friends, then I somehow I don't know, something happened in my mind that I wanted to be a goaltender. So I started practicing with the skates on. And it's funny, 5 weeks later, his goaltender got hurt. So he asked me if I could give it one more shot. I said, sure. You know, and we won the game, and then I was on my way.
Oh, wow.
You know what? These are stories. So I've spent a lot of time with Bernie over the years, and we've had dinner together, and I just keep my mouth shut and listen to the stories because they're so great. But I've never heard those last 2, so that's great.
I'm always fascinated by how players, particular for defense and goalie, like why they choose. I mean, for when I was growing up, everyone wanted to be forward, especially center. You wanted to be, because that was where you thought you were going to shine the most. I've heard other players argue that you want to play defense because you get the most amount of time on the ice. No one spends more time on the ice than the goalie, so that may be it as well. Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Sign Off, a Frameworth podcast. Just a reminder that we have full episodes of The Sign Off available wherever you get your podcasts, on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Make sure to like and subscribe on whichever platform you use. You can find us on Twitter at Frameworth Sport or on Instagram at Frameworth Sports. And hey, if you're not sick of me yet, you can find me on Twitter at Retrograde Mikey. Finally, feel free to send us emails with your questions you want us to answer on the show, and we may feature you live. You can do that by sending your emails to signoffpod@frameworth.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you with a new episode every single Thursday.